Well, hello people of YouTube. Thought I'd do a few short series of videos regarding my motorbike. I've got the Yamaha MT-125 ABS model, a 65 plate. I've had it a week. So far, obviously, so good. I can't fault it. Covered about 140 miles. It's still basically in the running in phase. The Yamaha service book recommends between 0 and 300 mile you don't prolong the revs for over 6,000 revs for a prolonged period of time while you run the engine in, and then obviously between 300 to 600 miles, which the 600 miles is the first service, they don't really like you to keep the revs above 8,000 for a long period of time, just while the engine's running, and then obviously after that you're free to do what you like with it after the first service. I used to own a YBR 125 and rode around for a couple of years on that, and had some good times and enjoyed it. I don't really find a need, still riding on L plates, don't really find a need to jump up to a full license, basically, because the 125 does the job that I need it to do, which is just a weekly commute and just to me visit my grandparents and basically just ride around for pleasure. I've got a couple of vans. I'm 37-year-old. I've got a couple of vans, and obviously doing a 50-odd mile round trip in a transit van with a ton of sand on the back costs an absolute fortune in diesel. So yeah, I can do the same trip on this and my YBR that I used to have, and it usually cost me a couple of quid. So for me, it's a no-brainer, and it's an enjoyable way of getting around. I mean, compared to the YBR that I used to have, I mean, this feels like a proper bike. Makes that one feel like a bicycle. But you know, it feels a lot better on the road. You know, cornering. And although I never had any trouble with the YBR, it feels like you can lean into the corners a lot more on the MT. And I think the bigger tyres, the bigger wheels, it just feels a lot better, really. With the MT, you've got a digital dash with loads of information on. There's a little button by your right hand finger where you can trip through, you know, various settings: average speed, average fuel consumption, instant fuel consumption, and trip time, which is quite handy. I'm going to go a bit more in depth on the bike in the next video. As far as the bike's concerned, I can really recommend it to anyone. I wanted to do this video because there's a few bits that when I was looking, I mean, I've been umming and ahhing for about 6 to 8 months on getting an MT and trading their YBR in, and I've been looking at various people's videos, and I wanted to go over a few things with my video that a few others haven't really covered, and information I wanted to know when I was buying my bike, really. Things such as I couldn't find anyone that lifted the seat, and I'd look under, you know, I'd look under the seat and see what was under there. Also, there's not many MTs I've seen that's got the back box rack fitted, which mine has, which I'll show you later, which I got as part of the deal, thrown in, you know, buying the bike. And then the final push for why I bought the bike was that Yamaha's got it on 0% finance for 24 months, and along with trading in my bike, it brought me payments to a reasonable amount, and when you're not spending any extra money in interest, it's a no-brainer really. Like I say, I'm 37 years old, and the insurance I had on the YBR 125, I had that fully comp. It was a 13 plate, and it had only covered, oops, that's because I've not tightened it as I've come back down my driveway. I usually fold them in just so I can get up the back alleyway. But yeah, the insurance fully comp on my YBR was 75 quid. It's a bit more of a jump up with this one, but still quite reasonable. At I think 172 was the cheapest quote I had, and I think I went with another company that were 184, but only because they threw in overseas riding, which is a possibility. I may do it. We went to France last year. They also include breakdown cover, but I didn't really need the extra breakdown cover because as part of buying a new Yamaha bike, you get 1 year's RAC cover thrown in, so should anything happen, there's a welcome pack and a number to ring for the RAC to come and either get you going or obviously take it home. So a bit of peace of mind. Obviously you don't want a brand new bike to pack up on you, but these things do happen, so you know, it's nice to have that bit of reassurance. But yeah, so I think the final balance was about 4,099 of the bike. Like I say, I bought my YBR a couple of years ago. I paid 15 or 1600 quid for a 13 plate. It had 350 mile on the clock. I think I put 2,000 mile on it myself after, and then like I said, I traded it in. And I got £1,200 trading. It probably saved me probably 300 or 400 quid in diesel over a couple of years. So basically, I see it paid for itself, and I'm no worse off. But like I say, I was going between two different Yamaha dealerships, and you know, well, sort of pair them off against one another. And I said, if they can give me 1,200 trading for my bike and throw in a bike carrier, which is a genuine Yamaha one, which I think retail at around about 125 quid, and fit that and the back box, which I took off the old bike, and then I'd go with them. So that's basically what I did. I'm going to ride a little bit further on, and then what I'll do is I'll pull over the nearest lay-by, and I'll give you a view over the bike with the back box, and also like I say, I've got an Oxford X20 tank bag. I used to have a magnetic one on the YBR, but because the MT has got a plastic tank, obviously it won't stay attached. And I didn't fancy the genuine Yamaha one, which looks the MT one, which looks nice enough, but it doesn't have a few features that I liked on the old Oxford one. One of which was having a sat-nav window. And I haven't got a sat-nav, but I've got a mobile phone. As you can see there, I've connected a USB, again, which I've pinched off my old YBR before I sent it, traded it in. And I've tapped it onto a switchable live, so I can charge my mobile device or the sat-nav or anything that takes a USB connector really on my bike while I'm moving. But like I say, the one thing I wanted to find on YouTube was a view under the seat as where I could run the straps. You can see if you look down, that's the base of the strap-on tank bike. And it fits alright actually. The only downside I've got with that is on a so far, like I said, I've had it a week. Chuffing off the sort of man. I've only had it a week, and they have fogged up a little bit. That matte pocket there has fogged up a little bit of moisture underneath from the weather. So it's and you can't obviously detach it and attach it as much as you'd like to. It's a bit of a fiddle really. So I tend to leave it on the bike itself overnight. But I've got a oh, for fuck's sake. Top tip, make sure your mirrors are tightened up before you come out, so I don't feel like a right arsehole now I've done this video. But anyway, I'll pull over at the one of the next lay-bys up the road, and I'll let you have a look around the bike.